Hey guys, so I'm up here in our grow room and I'm checking out all the tomato plants and eggplant. Tomato and eggplant up here, but let's just, this light is so bright. Look at all of these, so many. They're looking really good. You can really tell the difference that once you change their environment. So they went from my house under grow lights in a home without like this much intensity to here with a really strong grow light, and their leaves are getting darker, they're thicker, like they're looking really nice. We definitely have some to pot up this weekend. These ones got a little leggy, nice and tall. So we're gonna get those potted up and really encourage a nice strong root system. I mean, we'll probably dig deep on these. Maybe try to put half of that under soil so we can try to make it a little girthier. So those are looking great. Let's see some of the varieties we have down here. I have a spoon tomato that I received from a swap I did. That is this here. Spoon tomato. I have, who's this guy? I have a Little Fingers eggplant. These ones just came over, just left my house. So I bet you in a week, they'll double in size easily. Who else do I have here? A no label. You guys, label your plants. I don't know who this is. Oh wait, yeah I do. No, I don't. Yeah, okay, I lied. I do. That's the green zebra. I need to make green zebra tags, actually. That's on my to-do list. So, I have that. Here, I'll turn us around here. It's like a jungle. Some other varieties I can see. I have some Paul Robesons over there. Black from Tula. Those actually just came and are looking way better. You can tell a little bit of an intensity damage, like you can tell right here on this tomato, a little change in color as it's getting used to it. Another sign, I saw one, a little bit of leaf curl over here. This is all part and due to just, I changed their environment. And here, like this eggplant, got a little sunburnt. He'll be okay. He's got plenty of foliage to still photosynthesize. They will bounce back. But for now, here we are right now. They look pretty good. So all I wanted to do was shoot a nice little video about my seed starts that I brought to my parents. Then my darn chicken got out. So, Miss Ethel was my chicken and wasn't able to have her where I was. So, I brought her to my mom's house for her to have a happy little life with her spoiled chickens. You think you guys spoil chickens? Mom spoils them more. Also, did she go back in? I've been walking circles around this barn for 20 minutes now. I think that little booger found her way back in. Let's check out these naughty chickens. Hi. No. Maybe I don't see her. Hi. What's up? You're not my Ethel. She's got to still be out here somewhere. Say hi, ladies. See, the issue with spoiling your chickens is now that they're never here to just say hello. Say, where are the treats? I need the treats. All right. Oh, I see my chicken. All right, we're gonna push her around. Here we go. There she is. Ethel. Go. Keep going, little lady. So my issue is I want to pin her in this corner over here. She thinks she's smarter than me, and so far she is, because I haven't got her. But all we do is we're playing Ring Around the Rosie around my parents' barn. It's tick season, y'all. Check for ticks. Ethel. Calm down. If you keep her close to the fence, you can make your way around. I'm just giving you all a heads up. If I have the possibility of catching her, I'm dropping you. All my new friends. What are you doing? Hi. You need to go back in your pen. Sister. So, don't be mad, new YouTube friends. But I will be dropping you. Ooh, okay, cornered. Nope. Now the issue is there's a berry patch here. Ethel, I hate you. Hey! And like she wants to go back in. She just flew in. Look at her, strutting across. I don't know who's smarter, her or me now. Naughty chickens. Now that that's done, we're gonna go to the farm. So come with me. Sorry, make my way out of this foot deep creek of leaves. Like I said, it's tick season. Check it out. Okay, we're gonna go over to the farm and do a little farm tour today and kind of go over what's going on and what our goals are over there and see what's already above ground, what we've already put in, what's going in. So, all right, let's go. All right, so we made it out to the farm. I don't know what I'm gonna do today yet. I think we might just take a walk around and see what's going on so far, what we've done so far, and maybe chat a little bit about our plan and what we're gonna do going forward. So let's go ahead and start over here. The way I talk about the farm in sections is we have the original garden, which was my grandpa's original fencing garden, and then we have plot 2 and plot 3, and now the flower farm. So those are kind of my sections. Original, flower farm, plot 2, plot 3. So this is, oh, I was supposed to move the cold frame. Sorry, Jake. All right, let's check this out first. All right, for those of you who don't have greenhouses, this is a possibility. So we have an old window from our parents' house. They got their windows replaced. We have an old window and some bales of straw. And then in the center, before we even lift the window, you can see all the plants that we have in here, and it makes like a greenhouse effect. So, holy goodness, that window is way heavier than I expected it to be. Okay, here we go. Just enough. Okay, bounce. There we go. In here, I have all of our Brussels sprouts. We have the green Brussels sprouts and the red bull's blood Brussels sprouts. I went ahead and when I up-potted these, I did them kind of intense. So this one, for instance, has 4. It's got 4 in there. And when I go ahead and plant out, I will be separating them. I grow in my house from starts, and I only have so much room, and I push the limits on that in the first place. So I have to get creative in the way that I use my space. So here's one of them. I decided to put these up 4 to a container. Some of them have 3, but you know, most have 4. And they're doing really well. They're nice and strong. The stalks are really strong. They were you can tell those 2 probably were a bit leggy in the beginning, but they are strengthening up as they're out here. So these will be going in the ground on probably tomorrow, actually. So I'll show you what bed they're going in, but these will most likely go in the ground tomorrow. And then over here, Jake is a master of propagation, and he has many different, I believe we're all berry plants in here. And so he's getting all of those started. And once we get the Brussels sprouts out, we'll be able to put a different plant in here to get that introduced to the outdoor elements. So, yeah. We're at the back end of the farm. Sorry for the wind. Hopefully at some point I'll have better technology and be able to combat the wind. I'm gonna let the wind die. I mean, 0 complaints because it's beautiful out and the wind actually feels really nice, but I bet it makes it a little hard to hear me. Anyways, so we do have a few beds that we started with last year. Jake was doing a lot of experimenting with different methods. So we have a couple, see there's that cold frame box. We have a couple of hugelkulturs. So much wind. Couple hugelkulturs that this one, and we have another one further down that it actually looks like he's gotten some strawberries started in. The rest of it is weeds. We have paid no attention really to this bed other than the part he cleaned out for some strawberries. And now I do know we do, so windy. I know we do have a good amount of weed growth, and we will be taking care of most of that tomorrow with the flame weeder. It's in our aisleways, or walkways. A lot of our rows are already covered with fabric. Not all of them yet. It's on the to-do list. I'm waiting for more staples. So let's go ahead and turn us around and see where we're at so far. All right, so like I said, this is that hugelkultur bed that Jake started last year. We do have some strawberries in it to see how they will do. The rest of this is weeds. It's gonna get cleaned out. We just haven't gotten that far. We have a bed going this direction, and most of these are not planted in yet, but will be very soon. We're half between like creativity and aesthetics / market gardening, as you can see. We have the typical market style rows. All of our rows are 4 feet across, and they have a 4-inch layer of compost on them. So these have nothing in them quite yet. Our game plan is for this area to be squash, melon, really between these 5 rows. Maybe this 6th one behind me as well. You see Jake already has a few herbs in here. Looks like rosemary and sage, possibly 2 sage plants here. We're gonna have herbs spread out throughout the whole farm area, not only to help with pest deterrence, but also you don't ever want to really plant all of your crops in the exact same spot. Our goal is not to make a buffet table for the pests. Our goal is to space things out, and at least if we happen to get pests in, hopefully it'll take them longer or they won't find the secret spot. So make sure you're spreading things out and working with more of a not so much of a monoculture way of planting, and it's a great practice to use for pest prevention. Next on the list are our onions. So this is our onion bed. It's probably 40 feet long. I don't know. gonna fix this. The wind is wild today. We've had this cardboard laid in these rows for a couple of weeks now, and the wind just blew hardwood boards, like heavy, dense boards, lifted our cardboard, of course, landed on the onion bed as I was trying to chat about it, but it'll be fine. I just need to go collect. We're just gonna leave that there. Okay, so I'm collecting cardboard now. That's flown. Well, there's another piece. Because I have gaps now in my walkways and I'm not seeing where the cardboard went. Either way. We're gonna put this one back where it goes and then chat a bit about our onion bed. Take 2. We're here. Don't wind. Don't. We're here at the onion bed. It now does not have boards across it. It actually, that wind and the boards it just hit, plucked a couple out of the ground. The roots look great, so that's good. I just tucked them back in. They'll be fine. They're pretty hardy. We got our onions as plants. So not necessarily the dried sets that you can get in like your local farm store right now. Grocery stores even have them. We did plants from Dixondale Farms, and they shipped out right at the optimal time for us to plant them, and they all had some green on them ready to go, and so they look really good. We have about 1,000 onions right here, and they vary in what type of onion there? A variety. There we go. Still distracted by that wind. So they vary in variety. We have sweet onions, white onions, red onions, big onions. We have shallots and leeks. So we have a nice variety, mainly because hopefully this will be our first year growing onions successfully, but we want to figure out variety-wise which ones are going to grow best in our area, what ones we like best, what fits best either with our families or with our market gardening CSA memberships that we have for this season. So we are going to, here, let me tell you first, my big mistake with the onion bed, let's just lay it out right now, is that we're making beds, and what I had originally thought was that all of my beds would have weed barrier over them, because last year the weeds took over. Not cool. So they got to a point where we couldn't handle it whatsoever. This year I decided weed fabric's the way to go. And as we're putting beds down, I was like, why? I'm not going to do weed fabric on onions and potatoes. I just didn't know if the onions would grow well with weed fabric over their beds. So I decided to go without it, and it's already biting me in the butt. I have to go through and weed this bed. Not a ton, but a good amount. I have a chronic weed that's coming up. This bed needs to get weeded. The potato beds, currently we still have nothing in them. I'm gonna flame weed those tomorrow to stop whatever's growing in their tracks. And potatoes do go in the ground soon for us. So I need to make sure those weeds are under control before they get going. Now, we will be mulching both of these beds, which is something we're gonna have to do tomorrow, because we need to not let the weeds take over this year. And we will also be mulching for the potatoes. So the potatoes actually go in these back 3 beds right here. It'll end up being they're probably 75-foot beds, and we have 3 of them. So a good amount of space to grow potatoes in. Potatoes did fantastic here last year. We have really sandy soil. Here, let's check this out. So, very sandy, which is why we layer on thick compost to be able to grow into. Not only will it help amend our soil as the seasons go on, because we will amend in spring and then either re-amend or at least cover crop in fall and then heavily amend again next spring. It's going to help build up that soil structure and help maintain or help our soil retain water throughout the season. Sand drains really fast. So when you have really sandy soil, it's really hard to maintain the water moisture in them. Compost is going to help us in that regard. So we are going to continue to add it on in a no-till method, and maybe next year we'll do a layer of compost over, or a layer of cardboard over the compost we already have, and go from there. So we'll see. It's going to get mulched tomorrow. We'll go there. Let's move on. You know, I haven't had a chance to ask Jake yet. He's got a few bags of yard waste, so leaves, and I'm guessing he's going to use those as kind of a mulching technique in some areas. It's a great option. So I guess we'll see how it goes. This was another was another hugelkultur bed, but one that we didn't plant in. So we just had piled in a whole bunch of large organic material that we're gonna let break down probably for another year or so and then plant in it. And then we have our compost pile, just a wide open compost pile in the back that we'll be able to use on the beds in the seasons to come. So these are the potato beds. 1, 2, 3. Do we ever become better at pointing in the camera? Because it's opposite of what I want to do, and I don't know if I'm gonna get that, guys, so you're gonna have to bear with me. All right, point of reference, I haven't gone far. This potato beds, this is the remainder of the potato beds. This is still that onion bed that we were just talking about. There aren't any onions on this side. I don't know what we're gonna put in this last 10 feet, but the onions stop right here, so we just have this bit left. These are our squash and melon rows. Over this way is our berry patch, and honestly, it's probably the section I'm most excited about, just because it has no rhyme or reason. It's miscellaneous lines and corners, and it's gonna end up being a really pretty place to be, I think. So we have raspberries throughout this, mixture of varieties. This back row has fall gold in it. All canes that we're trying to revive. This will all get flame weeded out. This part hasn't been done at all. Over here we have our blueberry plants. So right here you can see that we have blueberry plants. Now, for those of you who don't know, blueberries need really high acidity in their soil, and they do like a sandy spot. I'm just learning about blueberries. I know very little. I have a few people who are helping me along the way, and I was told to put peat in the holes that I was digging, along with some Epsom salt to help boost that acidity. And so far, they look like they're taking well. They are starting to throw off some foliage, and it does look like all eight of them are taking well. So this, where you can see the leaves, this is the blueberry patch. Now Jake has some established berries through here, and he's gonna have to, we'll do a little tour with him maybe tomorrow as what's in this bed. I would like to make some labels for everything, so that way it's easier for, at least for me, to remember what's going on here. Over here I have a strawberry bed. That's this right here. It's only so far planted out. That obviously will not be there, that wooden structure. A lot of it is here to hold down cardboard for us until we get wood chips in to lay over the cardboard in our walkways. So right now it's just suppressing weeds right now. I think I hear my grandpa on the tractor. We might have a visitor. We don't have anything in this bed yet. It's got nothing. I don't know what's going in it. Maybe asparagus. I do have asparagus in 2 rows back here. So this is like berry and asparagus, right? Is that everything? Yeah, berries and asparagus. It's gonna be really cool, and I would like to get a bird's eye view of it. I think just the layout will be cool overall. So more to come there. As we cross the little road here, we make it over to plot 2. Okay, so plot 3 is just across from the camera here. Plot 2, we have again our market style beds laid out. We did this. Oh, would you look at that? Another little surprise planting of onions. We did this last weekend, got all of these beds laid out. Look at that sun. And ended up, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have 15 beds here currently. We do have more compost coming tomorrow. So I have 15. I put my hand right in front of the camera. Guys, it's gonna take me a little while. Okay, over here is gonna be our cool hardy plants. We are gonna have our brassicas, our leafy greens, spread out with herbs in between, again, to help with pest prevention along the way. See, there's a berry patch, we're not far. Let's go ahead and rotate back around. So this bed, there's my hand again. So this bed here currently has 15, it has 14 and a half beds in it. And it will have, I think, 17, I decided it'll come out to. The compost only took us so far. And let's get rid of that call. So the compost only took us so far. You can see I got the remainder of what we had available ready to go on the next spot for a bed. And this is going to go for another 10-ish feet, 8-10 feet. And then we'll have a tractor way to be able to get in there. And then over here, this will be the flower farm. So let's talk spacing so far. Again, I just want to help you guys get a little oriented here, so that way as I do these videos throughout the season, you're not all over the place. Over here is bed 3, our nice little garden shed. And over here is bed 2. And next up is the flower farm. So yes, it is connected. It's connected to bed 2. It's all one. But this is the section I'm gonna designate to the flower farm. I have, you guys, you would not believe the amount of rabbits here. They were a big part of our issue last year. We're fencing in this year. It's coming, it's coming. Anyhow, I have a few variety of flower that are able to come out and start to be hardened off this weekend. That will be able to come out the following weekend and get those started. I'm so excited for that. I have really only grown vegetables so far and a few flowers, like nasturtium and marigold and sunflowers and a couple dahlias last year, tulips, daffodils. That's all I've grown so far. It's like a bunny palooza. I wish you guys could see, but I think if I turned it around, they're too far away. I don't even think you'd see. So I'm excited to grow a lot of flowers. I have ranunculus corms started. I have dahlia tubers that I'm gonna get started here soon and do some pre-sprouting on those. So I have roses coming, and I'm gonna make a beautiful archway and maybe a sitting area in the middle of it. I just have a lot of dreams for this spot, and I think it's gonna be such an amazing place to hang out this summer, and I'm so excited for it. Let's go ahead and move on. Over here, as I told you, this all started with the original fencing garden. That is this. Zoop. All right, it looks like there's a fence in the middle. That was just a trellis. Now I'm really excited for this area this year, actually. Last year, Jake and I grew on the whole thing, and weeds took over. My grandpa does not like weeds. We're at his house. Doesn't like them. So we need to do better on weeds this year. We do know that. But Grandpa decided that he wanted to claim about a third of this bed back for himself. All good and well. He is a tiller. So this is going to be such a fun experiment for us to do, is that we have this bed split in half. Now, we got some cleaning up still to do on our side. He just tilled it all under. And we grow the same things in this bed. He'll be growing his peppers and tomatoes and probably some eggplant. He'll actually do some squash in here too, even though I'm going to try to convince him just to keep it all in one spot. But he will grow on this tilled half. And there will be compost down, so that will go in. And then we did not till this last year. We did not at all till it. Not in the fall either. It does need to be cleaned out a bit more. And then we are also going to be growing our peppers and our tomatoes. Excuse me. So we will also be growing our peppers and tomatoes and eggplant in this bed. I'm excited to see the difference in the production, the quality overall. I really enjoy doing experiments, and I'm anxious to see what's different. So I have my garden journal ready to go. This will be a fun one. There you have it, guys. That was our first farm tour over here at the farm. There you have it, guys. That was our first farm tour over here at the property. We have a lot of work to do, and I'm so excited to get into it. We've been working really hard the last couple weeks getting our infrastructure into place. We have fence posts to finish up. You can see some of the fence posts that are already up. The only reason we really left this side open, our aisleway open, is that way we can get the tractor in here to dump compost and to dump wood chips. So within the next week or so, we will get the rest of this fence up. I hate that it's halfway done. It actually drives me bonkers. But I want to get it up and going so that way I can get plants in here and not worried about that parade of bunnies we were talking about. I would hate for them to come in and snack on my early plants. So we have a lot to do this weekend. Our plans are, don't hold me to it, but my goal is for us to be able to bring in at least, we probably have 6 more trailers of compost to bring in. I'm starting tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. bright and early. It takes me about an hour to pick up each load. So I'll pick up a load and then I'll be back the hour later to pick up the next one. So it's gonna take a good majority of my morning, and that's okay because I'd rather just get it here and get it done. I am calling around a little bit to see if I can get a load, maybe 2 of wood chips as well, because of the weed problem. I need the wood chips down. I need to finish cardboard. The cardboard's an issue though, as it's laying out as it is. Even with all the wood in place, these boards we have over it, you saw, the wind almost took us all away. So I need to get the wood chips down and to get the rest of this in place to really make it start to look like a professional farm. Not that I need professionalism, I guess, but these weeds will not beat me this year. That is part of the goal. The remainder of the evening, because we will be here, sun up to sundown, trying to crank this out. If the wood chips come, the rest of the fence posts are going in place, for sure. And if they don't, some of the fence posts are going in place, for sure. Just because it'll make me feel better. I'm going to have, now, we'll get into this a little more tomorrow. I usually so far use a no-till method. The flower farm was a brand new place. It was basically lawn and weeds before that. It did get tilled. I am gonna have my grandpa till it one last time with his tractor. He'll be elated. He loves that thing. And I'm gonna have him till the flower farm one more time, just for that initial establishment of the bed. I didn't get in here with a tarp to drowned out the weeds. That's not the right word, but that's okay. I didn't get in here in time this season to do that, so tilling was my option here. It's the only spot on the farm that was tilled other than Grandpa's spot in the front garden. And I'm gonna have him do that so we can lay the rest of the beds down in there. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about the design, the bed design that I have for in there, and I'm so excited. We will need to collect some more cardboard here in the next 12 hours. So I will send out all the family members to go collect as much as you can so we can get the rest of these weeds suppressed. I want weeds done. I want all of the beds laid by tomorrow. With the cardboard down. I would pray for mulch if I can get that here. That would be perfect. We're gonna pray that it doesn't rain all day, but regardless, we'll be here. And we're gonna be planting Brussels sprouts. So oh. You guys survived on that post for 4 minutes and then you decided to fall. So apparently, as I'm watching the stick fall again, you're balanced on a stick and a staple on one of my fence posts. I gotta finish this up because it's gonna rain on me too, I guess. I don't even know where I was. We have a lot to do. Tomorrow's gonna be a big day to get a lot done. And I'm super excited for it. I'm gonna bring you guys along so you can start watching the progression go. And we're gonna plant some Brussels sprouts. So thank you guys so much for joining me and our first little farm tour here at the property. You got to see a few things that are already in the ground, an idea of what's coming, a windstorm that almost took out my onions. Yeah, so join me tomorrow and we will plant this out together. Thanks again, guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye.